So this right here is the motor neuron, which is the typical neuron that you see. First starts off with the dendrites and it goes down to the soma, which is your cell body. And within the soma you have your nucleus. Now then it goes down the axon. In between the cell body and the axon you have the axon hillock. Along this axon you have a myelin sheath or swan cells that secrete myelin, which is going to be a good conductor when relaying the signal. Between the myelin sheath you have these gaps called the nodes of Ranvier, and then you have your axon terminal. The axon terminal also contains small dendrites, which is going to relay the signal from the sensory neuron to your intermediate neuron and then to your motor neuron. You have three types of neurons, which is basically your sensory neuron, your intermediate neuron, and your motor neuron. Sometimes the signal will be relayed directly from the sensory neuron to your motor neuron, and sometimes you will have your intermediate neuron. You have two major divisions in your nervous system, which is your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system. Your central nervous system includes your brain and your spinal cord, and your peripheral nervous system is basically your nerves. So you have two other divisions from the peripheral nervous system, which is the afferent signal, which is also known as your sensory component, and your efferent signal, which is your motor component. From the efferent signal you have two types, which is your autonomic and your somatic. Your somatic is the voluntary and the autonomic is the involuntary, which is the one you can't control. You have two other divisions from there, which you have your sympathetic and your parasympathetic. Your parasympathetic slows things down, while your sympathetic speeds things up, which includes your fight or flight response. Then you have your reflex arc, which is basically a pathway which relays the signal from the receptors to your effector. And the reflex action is the response of the effector, which involves the conscious regions of your brain.